This is it, everyone. This is the last Friendsim. Are you ready? You strapped in? Ready to go? Do you have your safety harnesses firmly in place? Nice and tight? Because this is it. This is the last episode of Friendsim. So, welcome everybody back to Hiveswap Friend Simulator. My name is Brotimus. Last time we had Lonk and all the weird shit that happened there. I fucked it up even, and I did the epilogue. I didn't know any better, man. Shut up. No. But this is it. This is the last episode of Friendsim. For now, I heard that there might be a new grouping of trolls and troll call in the future. So who knows? But for now, this is the end. This is it. We're doing Barzum and Baizli, the two purple-blooded trolls. I can't believe I fucked up the fucking ending either. I've also been told that you could skip it with the little double arrows. Someone told me about that in the last video. That would have been nice to know 17 volumes ago, but it's fine. It's funny that I had to deal with it this whole time. But here we go. Let's get right into it. You've gotten pretty good at the old friend-making game by now, but even an old hand at pawing around like you, a real platonic Lothario, has bad nights sometimes. Tonight was one of those nights. Hang on, I realized my heating was still on, I didn't want that in the background, so let's continue. It's getting close to morning, and not a new friend in sight. You met new people, sure, but none of your conversations had panned out the way you wanted them to. Every interaction had come to a close, with your friend count no higher than when you'd started, no matter how many compliments, offers to help, and other tried-and-true friending strategies you whipped out. Oh boy, I hope that's the only thing I whipped out. You won't stand for it. You're determined. I'm filled with it. To finish out the night with at least one more new buddy's name in your little black friendship book. But with the sun's about to rise, you have to admit you're cutting it a little close. As each minute ticks by, the sky gets a little lighter, and the possibility of dying an agonizing fiery death gets higher. Oh yeah. Sorry. Maybe it'd be best for you to just pack it in and find somewhere to spend the day. You pick up your trusty palm husk and call up one of your many friends you already have to ask if you can crash. Hell, maybe Skyla will be up for sharing a Recoup Raccoon again. The soothing ooze has kind of grown on you, and sleeping next to Skyla always makes you feel so comfy and safe. Turns out Skyla is more than down with you coming over. Time to make tracks. You turn tail and hurry in the direction of Skyla's digs, but it's not long until you run into a distraction. Ooh. Okay. Unexpected. That distraction is in the form of a house. It's a dark, crooked thing, hulking close to the ground, slatted wood walls, sloping roofs, vines cling to like dust and cobwebs, if I could read, cling to forgotten things in the attic. Something about it feels off. It possesses a certain energy that sends shivers up your spine, making your hair stand on end. An instinct deep in your gut is telling you to give it a wide berth. On the other hand, it's shelter. Skyla's place is a ways off yet, while the house is right here in front of you. It could be worth seeing if whoever lives here is willing to put you up for the day. No fucking way. Let's try to get the bad ending first off. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Didn't you just establish that this place gives you the heebiest of jeebies? Both the heebies and the jeebies, even. Plus, there's always a chance that the inhabitant will call instead of help you. You're sticking to your original plan. Thank you very much. I have to adjust. I realized I'm a little off-center. Firmly ignoring the house, you continue on your way. You make good progress for a while. Your Maps app says you're heading in the right direction, except... Oh, what the fuck? Why are you here again? Did you take a wrong turn somewhere? Whatever. You're not going to dwell on it. Time is running out and you need to get away from this stupid house pronto. You'll make sure you do it right. This time you'll go... left. Okay, you split, breaking into a jog. The scenery flicks past you as you pick up. The pace, urgency spurring you on. It's getting even lighter. Won't be long now. What? You check your palm husk again. You're right back where you started, even though just a moment ago, the map's GPS put you at a decent distance away. This is ridiculous. There's obviously something weird going on, but the suns are creeping over the horizon. Time's up. There's nothing else for it. You make your way towards the house, even though everything inside you is screaming at you to stay away. Even though with every step you take, your chest tightens and your hands tremble. By the time you reach the door, you're shaking like a leaf. Adrenaline zings through you. You could choke on it. You want to run, but you force yourself to keep moving forward. It's a slow-motion race between you and the sunrise. At this rate, the suns will make it all the way into the sky before you can even knock. You drag yourself the rest of the way, stumbling onto the front step. The door knocker is an intricate yet grotesque thing, an undulating tongue, lolling out of a set of sharp teeth all in cast iron. You grab the lumpy end of the tongue and bang it against the door. Nothing. Fuck. Maybe you'll get lucky and the door will open? Out of options, you reach out and turn the doorknob. You can feel the first licks of sunlight against the back of your neck. Is it just you, or is your skin starting to blister? But today's your lucky day. The door opens. I don't know about lucky. You should feel overjoyed at your life being spared. Instead, your focus is fully on how roiling in your belly has bloomed fully into nausea. In the distance, inexplicably, is the peal of sirens, an insistent whining noise that only continues getting louder. You shouldn't have come here, but it's not like you had another choice. You might as well see what awaits you inside. But as soon as you cross the threshold, the world lurches and you pass out. I am thoroughly spooked. You come to in a different room than the foyer. Head ringing like someone just whacked it. When you move to sit up, there's the sound of skittering all around you, like hundreds of tiny insects are scurrying away to safety. Had they been roving the floor while you were knocked out? Gross. Gross. That's something. Who the hell is this clown fucker up here? It's a little unsettling. You prop yourself back on your hands and take a look around. Your impromptu nap has done nothing to assuage the deep sense of wrongness you have about this place. But hey, maybe you managed to sleep through the day. Maybe the sun has set again so you can get the hell out of here. The sense of optimism is misplaced, probably, but it's not as if you can check. There are no windows. I saw windows outside. Let's just roam the creepy house. You cast your eyes around the room. Underneath the floral, peeling wallpaper, the walls are riddled with damp and mold. On the other side of the room, an open door. Thank fuck. In my experience, open doors for anything are rarely a good thing. You aren't locked in, then. You can go look for somewhere else in this place that might have got a damn window. Oh, boy. Okay. You step into a long, winding corridor. It's so cramped you feel almost as though the walls are closing in. While it had been warm enough outside, in here a deep chill settles over you, sinking in deep into your bones. You're half convinced you'll never be warm again. Emanating from somewhere you can't see is music, tinny and rhythmic. It's soon interrupted by a crackling noise, like someone trying to tune into the correct station on a radio. Then one of the picture frames lights up. Looks like it was actually some sort of TV screen. Welcome. Welcome. We're glad that you're awake, and that you came to visit us. We've been really bored. Oh, boy. In this stinky old house. It really sucks. We could have just died. From how boring it was. The two voices, one monotonous and so quiet you can barely hear it. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that. The other shrill, dramatic, like its owner never learned the meaning of the words indoor voice. Catching what the quieter person is saying isn't made any easier by the high-pitched giggling that starts up in the background whenever they start speaking. So hurry up and find us. We want to play a game. Gee, why do those words give you such a profound sense of deja vu? Oh boy, howdy, okay. The line goes dead. At the same time, a door pops open at the other end of the corridor. You're meant to go through it, you guess. You'd rather go somewhere else, anywhere else, other than through that door, but there's nowhere else to go. Or is there? Let's I don't know what these are so nebulous. I don't know what's the good one, what's the bad one. Oh, where's the bad one? Oh, fuck it. Maybe it's a death trap. Let's approach the door. Oh, your wariness only intensifies once you set off down the hall because the walls start fucking bleeding. You've seen enough troll blood at this point to be able to recognize it. This is, you know what, on Earth this might be nice. Here it's not. Multicolored streams ooze over the wallpaper and faded portraits lining the wall, collecting and congealing in sticky, viscous puddles on the floor. The narrow hallway becomes steeped in the stench of copper. You walk faster, but the streams of blood follow you, sluicing down from the ceiling as quickly as you walk. You reach the door, eager to get away from the grisly sight. You throw it open, but oh god, you hadn't considered what might be waiting for you behind it. What if these two shady characters plan to torture you, tie you up, and steal your palm husk, texting embarrassing messages to your friends while you can only look on in horror, helpless and unable to intervene anything but that? It's too dark to see anything. All you can do is fumble and feel around with your hands. Getting out of the room again is a no-go. The door swung shut behind you as soon as you step inside. You shuffle forward on wobbly legs. The floor feels unstable somehow, like it's going to open up and swallow you at any moment. Would it be a good idea to call out to see if anyone's here? You manage a feeble hello? Your voice echoes. Soft laughter reverberates back in response. You catch a glimpse of something from the corner of your eye, a flash of purple. There's a sensation of eyes on the back of your neck, watching you, but you can't discern where the other presence in the room is, if there even is one. You kind of hate this. Of all the shitty welcomes you've received, this one takes the cake. You have to get out of here. You try to gather your panic thoughts together to formulate a plan, but before you can do anything, a series of ropes appear seemingly from nowhere, coiling tight around you and holding you down. You're finally here. We've been waiting for you! A light comes on. It's not the warm, burning rays of sunlight. This room is windowless too, but a spotlight, bright and harsh. It lights up a broad swath of the room, bleaching it white and sending long shadows stretching away from it. You can see your captors more clearly now, 2 purple blood kids. Aside from their expressions, they look exactly the same. A manic glint sparkles in the eye of one of them, as sharp as his razor blade grin. The other looks more hesitant, almost sad. We're Baizli! And Barzum. You're the alien, ain't ya? You look weird. Your body's real weird. We wonder what color your blood is. Or how springy and slamming your acid tubes are. They squirm around like slither beasts when we slice open trolls' bellies. Are yours the same? Oh boy. Oh boy. You struggle against your bonds. You have no idea what acid tubes are, but you much rather they stay inside your body where they belong, thanks. You thought you'd move past the days where you had to serve as a torture muppet. All you needed was a few hours shelter from the sun, and if it's safe to go outside again, you'd really like to leave. This was the wrong thing to say, apparently. The twins leer at you disapprovingly, or, well, one of them looks disappointed he might burst into tears, the other just looks pissed. No way! We told you. We've been so bored. Do you know what it's like? To be all alone? With no one else to play with. For wipes? We might have each other. We're never truly alone. That's what makes us beings, that's what makes being us so great. But it's a little difficult to play pranks on someone who always knows what you're thinking and feeling. Wait, you thought Barzum was the quiet one and Baizli the loud one? But it looks like you were mistaken, or did they switch? If you weren't faced with the prospect of having your innards yanked out and played with by bloodthirsty children, you might be more puzzled by their statement. As it stands, you have more pressing problems on your mind right now, so their words more or less fly over your head. You squirm harder, even though it doesn't do any good. In fact, it just seems to make the twins sadder? You settle on smatter. Stop trying to get away. It's always like this. No one ever wants to play with us. We hate it. Now hold still. You look at them beseechingly, trying to appear as small and helpless as possible. Maybe it's a little pathetic giving puppy dog eyes to literal children, but you lost track of your own dignity a long time ago. They're not really going to do this, right? A noise starts up. It sounds suspiciously like a chainsaw? And is it just you, or is there the scent of raw meat in the air? Where the hell is it coming from? You continue straining in your bonds, stomach clenching in fear, bile rising at the back of your throat. They're not actually going to hurt you, right? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh! You wake up, gasping, but you aren't strapped down anymore. You're in the same room that you were in at the beginning. What happened? The room hasn't changed since you've been gone. There's still only one way out. You really don't want to step through the door again, but what else can you do? You step through the door. There's the radio crackling again. Welcome. Welcome! We're glad you're awake. Their little greeting goes on just like it had before. A pre-recorded message, maybe? Your heart pounds as you step through the second door. You're hoping you'll be able to sidestep the ropes this time, but instead of getting tied up, you trip forward into a vat of what feels like glue. You were lucky enough to have turned your face away from the stickiness so your nose is still above the surface so you can breathe. For now, anyway, but you can't move. You're finally here. We've been waiting for you! They're acting like it was the first time all over again. What is this fuckery? Are they messing with you? You met already, mere minutes ago. No, we would have remembered. Meeting a weirdo like you? Stop trying to trick us. Then everything goes black for a third time. And here you are again. Welcome, welcome! Are you for real? Alright, what the... Is this like some sort of weird limbo thing? This time you get shoved into a box. You're pretty sure you pass out while you're in the middle of getting buried alive. You come to in the room you you're beginning to think of as yours yet again. You pass out 5 times, 10. You begin to lose count. You never pass out at the same point during the twins' shenanigans, but it inevitably happens, and you always end up right back where you started. The worst part is that while your conversation with the twins stays the same, the way they trap you changes. You get trussed upside down from the ceiling, dunked into a water tank, scrabbling to get out while your lungs begin to burn from lack of air. Every time you black out before you can die, but you've almost died dozens of times by now, and it's really beginning to stress you out. You have to be stuck in some sort of time loop. You see this sort of thing in movies all the time, and everyone knows that movies are the best points of reference for one's actual life. It's, true. The hero wakes up to the strains of an old pop song playing on the radio and reminisces over their childhood journals, which sends them back in time where they have to stop a crime before it happens, or maybe we're thinking of a different movie. Anyway, your point is that you have to find a way out of the loop. Hopefully you won't have to do anything too wild like stab your past self and then throw your own bloodied corpse out the window. That would really, really blow. That's really also dramatic. Unfortunately, you can't seem to find any clues indicating what you should do next. You always pass out. The twins are always excited to play with / torture you. They don't seem to be aware that any of this is happening from what you can tell. After around 20-something or other, you've had it. Enough is enough. You can't take any more giggling, any more of that hard, damp floor, any more excruciating games. You might not be any closer to figuring out what to do, but you have to try something. Remember who you are. I'm gonna say fuck this. It's one thing you've been doing wrong, appealing to the twins to let you go. All they seem to care about is torturing you. Of course, simply asking them for your freedom isn't going to work. You'll do things differently this time. If you want to escape, you'll have to go on the offensive. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting to fucking leave, to find a different place, maybe. Another way out of this hellhole. You wake up again. Disembodied voices, bleeding walls, game, check. You head towards the twins' room. Stand back, you yell before they can launch into their tirade. You're a weird, scary alien with weird, scary alien superpowers, and you're not afraid to use them. You switch on your phone's torch app, waving it around. You even attempt an intimidating roar for added effect. The only superpowers you're aware of is your irresistible charm and a set of truly banging gams. But they don't need to know that. Your gambit works. They don't cower in fear exactly, but they're bamboozled enough for you to look frantically around the room as much as you can with your paltry light source. There, an air vent with a loose grill. With a desperate yell, you launch yourself up towards it and crawl inside. The twins, finally aware that this is all just an elaborate ruse, start shouting after you. The twins' indignant voices start to fade as you wriggle deeper into the dusty guts of the house. You can't have very long. It's only a matter of time until the diminutive terrors climb into the vents after you. Or maybe they'll run ahead and then cut you off via one of the other rooms the vent's connected to. They must know the layout of the house better than you do. Much to your surprise, though, you re-emerge at one of the outside walls with no trouble. It's dusk, not day, for which you mutter a quick thank you to your merciful overlords. From here, it's a simple matter of picking your way down the vines until you get to the bottom. Once your feet touch the ground, you start running. When you cast one last wild glance back over your shoulder, you catch sight of them, your captors, who you've successfully hoodwinked. They're standing in the grand front doorway, screaming. You have no idea why they aren't coming after you, but you don't question it, pumping your legs until they're burning. It's a good thing you spent all that time jogging with Stelsa. You've gotten really good at running away from your problems. You stop running once you can't see the house anymore. You're a little surprised that getting away turned out to be that simple, but you know better than to look a gift hoofed beast in the Squawk Keeper. The Squawk Keeper. Relief floods through you in waves. You did it! You got away! You slowed down to a leisurely walking pace, pulling out your phone as you go. You have a slew of texts from Skyla, who'd been wondering what happened to you after you'd never turned up. Her invitation to come over and hang out still stands, though. Oh boy, you can't wait to finally make your way over there and chill with her. You'd never play favorites among your pals, but you have to admit that you hold a particular fondness for Skyla. Her whole thing where she always makes sure not to cause you any bodily harm, that definitely has its charms. I like it. So Skyla is the MSP Raider's favorite. Maybe not actual favorite, but damn close. Damn it. You keep walking, but after a while, your stomach starts to sink. It's been half an hour, and your surroundings don't look any different. You should be closer to Skyla's neck of the woods by now. It's not until you catch sight of a weathered wall, all wound with ivy, that you realize what's going on. Son of a bitch. It's the house again. You're still stuck. You're not going to be able to leave its grounds, no matter how much you walk. You might have escaped the house, but whatever cursed or time-space witchcraft this isn't confined to within those walls. You're in a pocket dimension of some sort, and you don't know how to break out. So now you can either return to the twins, since they're the only company you have out here, or make these bushes your new best friends. You look dolefully out at the miles of scraggy underbrush before you. You'd probably best get used to gazing at nothing but this, since it's all you're going to be seeing for a long, long time. Boy, howdy. That's dark. Alright, well. We got a bad ending done, so let's I'm gonna try out the auto skip thing so I can just skip to a choice. Hopefully, maybe, hopefully it'll work. We're gonna find out, ain't we? Alright. Hey, look at that! Alright. But I did no fucking way before. That got me a really long way. So what if I just approach the house immediately? Will that change anything? Maybe that's the quick bad ending? If there is a quick bad ending? There's nothing else for it. You make your way towards the house, even though everything inside you is screaming at you to stay away, even though with every step you take, your chest tightens and your hands tremble. By the time you reach the door, you're shaking like a leaf. Adrenaline zings through you. You could choke on it. You want to run, but you force yourself to keep moving forward. It's a slow-motion race between you and the sunrise. At this rate, the suns will make it all the way into the sky before you can even knock. You drag yourself, this is the exact same. You drag yourself the rest of the way, stumbling onto the front step. The door knocker is an intricate yet grotesque thing. An undulating tongue lolling out, yada yada yada. Nothing, fuck, okay, skin starting to blister. The door opens. Overjoyed, life being spared, you focus fully on the roiling. Okay, you shouldn't have come here, it's not like you had another choice. The world doors pass out behind you. Okay, is it, hang on. I'm not gonna auto skip this because everything's the same. Lights up, it's TV screen. Here's Barzum and Baizli. Okay. We want to play a game. Yes, okay. So is it the exact? Let's search for another exit, shall we? No, there has to be something else here. Ignoring so everything was the exact same. Me trying to get away from the place doesn't matter unless I took a right. But I feel like taking the right or the left is an inconsequential option. Like it would just ended up being the same thing anyway. I'm being railroaded, is what I'm being. My choices do not matter. Ignoring the voices' instructions, you examine the walls of the corridor instead. Soon enough, you notice something funny about one of the paintings. Its frame seems much thicker than the others, which strikes you as somehow suspicious. Feeling along its bottom edge reveals a button. You push it. There's a groaning sound, and part of the wall folds itself away, revealing a tunnel of some sort. Ha! You knew it! You're so focused on trying to make your escape that you rush through the opening without looking. If you had been more careful, you might have noticed one very important thing. Past this doorway, there is no floor. Your feet meet thin air, sending you pitching downwards. Drat! You think drat! Oh, I've been hoodwinked. I've been fiddlywinked. As you plunge towards the pit of knives beneath you, you'd reached a follower milestone on Twitter the other day too, and you hadn't gotten around to bequeathing it to any of your friends in case something like this happened. Your final regretful thoughts are of your account, dusty and abandoned, with no one there to continue to update it after you're gone. Ah! Okay! Well, alrighty then. I did it! Now to get if there is a good ending, I don't even fucking know, man. Long had two good endings, technically speaking. One was much more wholesome than the other, but it's still a good ending. All right, let's get in the house. It's all the same anyway. All right, let's approach the door. All right, and then this is so handy. All right, so remember who you are. Remember. All right, not gonna let me do that. Okay. There's one thing you've been doing wrong, making this all about escape. You've been so preoccupied with getting sliced to pieces with knives and everything that you've lost track of what's truly important. The word that echoes in your heart when you rise at dusk and pulses through your bloodstream during the rest of your waking hours until it's time to go to sleep. The word that's kicked off every single narrative you've starred in thus far. Friendship. You'll do things differently this time. You're going to bring yourself to truly care about these creepy clown children. God damn it. Even if it's the last thing you do, which, with the way things are going, it very well could be. There it goes. Their MO is oddly benign this time, a tickling machine. Unfortunately, it's a little difficult for you to talk to them through all the laughter. What are those noises it's making? I think they're trying to tell us something. Miraculously, the tickling stops. You wheeze, trying to catch your breath, hoping to God you haven't peed. You've managed not to wet yourself out of fear until now. It'd be just the worst to have broken your streak due to laughing too hard. What is it about clowns and you divesting your body of waste? I don't know. After assuring yourself that your underwear is blessedly dry, you ask, if they kill you, won't they just be alone again? How is that beneficial for anyone? They'll be bored and you'll be, dead, which you would really rather be not, or not be. Their creeping, saccharine smiles transform into matching expressions of confusion. Barzum puts a finger to her chin, cocking her head to one side as if deep in thought, almost like a puppy. Under any other circumstances, you might even consider it cute. What are you talking about? We don't want to kill you. Maybe we just cut you a little. You'll heal right back up again. Don't be such a wiggler. Some of the things they've tried to inflict on you would have definitely taken more than your regular human healing functions to recover from. But wait, you think back to Ramel taking a whole-ass club to her side and acting like it was no big. She'd said something about higher blood colors being able to take more of a beating, too. Are the twins assuming that that's the case for everyone? God, this is what happens when all the adults in a society go off-planet and leave a bunch of zoo animals to bring up their kids. Or, well, trolls also solve most of the problems by killing each other. You can't discount that either, you suppose. You take a closer look at the twins. There isn't any malice in either of their faces. The only emotion you can discern is idle curiosity. You decide to take that as encouragement. You explain that no, you won't heal it from being sliced open, or from any on-fire scuttlebuggy being flung at your head, because you're a human, and humans heal differently from trolls. Well, differently than high-blood trolls, at least. Probably somewhere close to the lower end, honestly. You even use your best babysitter voice. For good measure, you feel like you're going to give a stern talking to about the importance of taking care of one's toys so that they don't break. Instead, you propose, why don't you be friends? You can all play together instead of you being the, subject of their torment. They'll be able to play with you for longer that way, too. They give you a strange look. Friends? What's that? Do people not agree to be their playmates very often? No. Usually everyone runs in the other direction. So we have to catch them. Or trick them. That explains a lot. You think you're beginning to understand. If they let you down, you can try and show them what you have in mind. They do. They actually free you. They turn all the lights on in the room, too, so you can finally see everything in it. Oh boy. It's bigger than you expected, and set up like a circus tent. A wire is suspended along the ceiling, a person-sized target board rotates at dizzying speeds against the back wall, juggling clubs, knives, scarves, and other props are piled across the floor. You recognize a few of the mechanisms they inflicted on you before. It's pure chaos. So, what else do they do with all this stuff? They're still staring at you as if they aren't quite sure how to deal with you engaging with them voluntarily. You're feeling pretty tentative yourself. This whole interaction seems incredibly precarious. You're afraid that if you make a misstep, you'll end up back in the tickling rack again. This isn't ours. We just found it when we got here. But it does look a lot like what's in our hive. We can do shows and stunts, all kinds of cool stuff. Fuck, even when they aren't threatening you, the way they talk in chorus, like, that freaks you out a little. In perfect unison, like they're one voice instead of two. You shake off your fears and suggest that they show you a little. Oh god, there it is. Show you a little something. They seem to like that idea. Excitedly, they scurry over to the target board. One twin stands against it while the other picks up a handful of throwing knives. You're anxious, you don't exactly want them to rough up each other instead of you, but Barzum just throws the knives in a graceful arc. They surround Baizli perfectly, barely missing him. You gasp, your mouth a perfect O. The twins seem pleased with themselves, laughing together like they're sharing a secret. If you think that's impressive, watch this! They execute a sick flip on a pair of trapezes above a bed of swords, making a daring escape from one of the contraptions they've trapped you in. They move similarly to how they speak, perfectly in tandem with each other. With the variety of obsessions you've seen among your friends, it figures that it was only a matter of time until you met someone who made a hobby of risking their lives. It's not too out there compared to cage fighting, you suppose, or collecting saucy East Alternian figures. You could have just escaped. The trap he put you in, earlier. Why didn't you? You laugh nervously. You haven't exactly had much practice, and maybe it would have been easier if you had someone else to help. You look at the two of them pointedly. You didn't even realize siblings were a thing among trolls, let alone twins. That is very odd. Sibling? What's that? Someone you, share a lucis with? Someone you hatched within the same clutch? Are you phrasing that right? We do share a lucis. We share everything! We didn't just hatch from the same clutch. We hatched from the same egg! We were going to be a single troll, but we split in two! Just our bodies, though. Our minds are still one. One person, two bodies! We're one and the same. Oh. Okay. Maybe siblings are the thing on Alternia after all. Being literally the same person is quite a bit different from the human concept of twins or siblings. Somehow, this leads to them telling you all about a number of exploits they had with some of the other kids in their neighborhood. One story led to another, and soon you were recounting some of your own adventures too. They particularly love your attempt at giving an impression of Nikki, clapping and crowing as you get into a dramatic power stance and flex your flimsy muscles. You can't help but feel a little proud of yourself. You feel like the guy on Jurassic Park who walked into the Velociraptor den all, "Be chill, my dudes," and they actually listened to him. Besides, there's something great about making kids laugh, even kids who were trying to murder you less than an hour ago. The twins are in the middle of talking about a prank they played that they found hilarious, and that you've been trying hard not to grimace in horror at all when you feel a certain change in the air. Didn't they mention they had been stuck here? Did we? Yes, we have. When we try to go out the door, some sort of force pushes us back in, or pushes us back. You're the other person we've met since we got here. You have a hunch that that might have changed. Why don't you all try again? They look at you skeptically. If you want. It's not going to be any different, though. You just tell them to trust you. You look at the front door. The twins are crowding you from either side, clinging onto your arms and edging so close it's like they're trying to burrow into you. Ready? They nod. You push against the door. It opens and you breathe in the cool evening air. Not so fast. We've gotten this far before, but we won't be able to go any farther. You'll see. You take one step, then another. As you look beyond the grounds of the house, you see things you hadn't when you first got here. Mountains in the distance, other houses. Before, all you could see was shrubbery. You pick up the pace, the house falls away behind you, disappearing into the fog. Whoa! You did it! You actually did it! We can finally leave. They swoop in to grab you, hugging you hard. The curving horns of their masks almost stab you in the cheek. These things are a bit of a hazard when their wearers only come up to about where your chest is. They keep talking before you can get a word, pulling you forward and shuffling you along between them. It looks like you were right. It wasn't just enough to save yourself, you had to save them too. You don't know how, but the key to making this little patch of universe obey the rules of reality once more was friendship all along. You should have seen your face. You were shit your gam tubes terrified. You heave a sigh as their incessant giggling surrounds you like so many playful ghosts. Yes, you say, very clever. They were the ones behind all this nonsense, weren't they? You started guessing somewhere towards the end, you wiggle your hands vaguely, all the time stuff. They sure scared you, all right. No, that wasn't us. We were talking about oh, shit. Hang on. Shit. Bloody walls, creepy sounds. None of that was real. Oh, none of that was real. That was all us. That was all chuckle voodoos. Oh, the chuckle voodoos. Ooh. So we finally get to acknowledge the chuckle voodoos, huh? We're the best at chuckle voodoos. We got you so good. They both bounce beside you excitedly. You blink down at them. You have no idea what the heck chuckle voodoos are, but you can only guess that it's some sort of illusionary thing. So they didn't have anything to do with the time messing thing, folding in on itself? No. We told you. We've been trying to get out of that stupid house for wipes. Maybe even a peregrine. Did you really think that was our hive? Our place is so much cooler than that dump. Visit their actual hive. You have your reservations about that, but you can't find it within you to say no as they eagerly pull you along. One twin tucking your hand, the other looping an arm in yours. You look back at the house one last time. You have no clue whether the twins are lying or if they're telling the truth. What really caused what happened here, but right now, you're content knowing that you'll never have to see this place ever again. Okay. So, is this all the same? Of course your sort of creature always does. I'm pretty sure it is. You weren't it last night. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yep, it's all the same. Alright. There it is. Let's read a brief web comic. And it's gonna pull up Homestuck, and I'm not gonna do it this time because I already did it last time. Alright, so that's Friendsim. Everybody. I didn't get... There's no cute little, like, good ending screen? Did it glitch out? Did I not get a fun one? That's kind of disappointing. I wanted to see what their good ending screen was like. So yeah, that was interesting. Knowing the epilogue now, why So I guess like it's just they were killing me over and over and over again because I couldn't do anything. And as we saw the epilogue last time, Doc Scratch is resetting shit so I don't die. That's what he's doing, just ensuring the MSPA reader's survival to move his little pieces where he needs them to be. So I guess with me dying constantly, he just reset it. So since the tickling machine didn't kill me and I decided to befriend them, I got them free, so Doc wants them loose somewhere. He wants them loose for some reason. What I don't understand is why, like what the purpose of befriending and doing all the shit for these trolls was. But I don't know, maybe that'll get explained in Hiveswap main game. I don't know. There's that during one of my streams, someone was mentioning that they're planning on releasing a new batch of troll call trolls, so maybe we'll get more Friendsim down the line. As it stands, this is the last episode. So this is it. This is the end of Friendsim. No stream this week because I'm in the middle of moving. Actually, yeah, things are gonna get real busy. No stream this week, but hopefully next week internet will be set up and everything. So I'm getting notifications like crazy. So hopefully, the stream will continue next week and. Probably it'll be the Friendsim stream, actually. Because then we can go back and do the endings. I don't know, I might end up having to do 2 of them, because I have a lot that I need to catch up on. But I'll keep you guys updated. Watch my Twitter and Tumblr for updates on how that's going, because my stream schedule might also change depending on what job I get. So, but we're going to call it there, because I've been rambling long enough. I really like that one. I did like that one a lot. It was interesting. Frightening, but interesting. And you know what? It was wholesome in a weird way. I don't know, but thank you for watching, everybody. If you liked it, make sure you click the like button down below. Subscribe to keep up with my stuff. No more Friendsim though. But I guess maybe someone told me to play Sally Face, so I guess maybe I'll look into playing Sally Face. I don't know. I know very little about that game. I only know the art style pretty much. Share with your friends. Show them that this game. Oddly enough, it wasn't the weirdest one we had. Like, weirdly, it's not the strangest one we've gotten out of all this. You know what? I said at the beginning of the volume, the most unexpected thing of Volume 18 would be that they're just completely normal, right? There's no weird bullshit that happens. And surprisingly, unsurprisingly, the last one wasn't the weirdest one we've had. And comment, let me know what you guys think about this. I'm still kind of looking at games to play. Like I said, some people have told me about DDLC, where they're not too keen on it. I haven't heard much about anything else past that, so I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to keep going with that. I do want to keep playing it, but I don't know. If you guys want me to play Sally Face, let me know, because I know next to nothing about that game. Other than the art style. And yeah, if you got any other suggestions, just let me know. I have a list. It keeps expanding. It keeps getting bigger. But let me know what you guys think about this one. Let me know what you guys thought about the Friendsim experience on a whole. And I hope you guys stick around with me for a bit, because this was a ton of fun, and I'm really glad I got to experience it and share it with you guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope to see you next time. Later.